Michael notices that thinking has grown tired. Not exhausted, just finished. It's not that thoughts have stopped, they were still there floating around the edges, but they no longer feel like the place where answers live. Instead, his attention drops out of his head down into his body. At first, this feels unfamiliar. He realizes how rarely he's actually been here. Most of his life has been lived from the neck up, scanning, evaluating, anticipating. But now there's a gentle gravity pulling him downward, into sensation, into weight, into presence. He notices his feet, not conceptually, but physically, the pressure of the floor beneath them, the quiet steadiness of contact. There's something deeply reassuring about that sensation. It doesn't ask questions, it doesn't demand clarity, it just is. His body begins to move before he decides to move it. A subtle shift of weight, a slight sway, not dramatic, almost imperceptible. At first, his mind tries to interfere. What am I doing? Should I stop this? Is this helping? But the body doesn't answer in words, it answers by continuing. The sway becomes a rhythm. Left, right. There's a faint sense of being rocked, like a memory the body has never forgotten. His shoulders soften, his neck releases a fraction of its grip, and suddenly he feels something unexpected. Relief. Not the kind that comes from resolution, the kind that comes from alignment. His body knows this rhythm. It remembers a time before problem solving was required, before overwhelm had language. There's emotion here, but it's not sharp. It moves like weather, passing through instead of lodging inside him. He feels a quiet grief rise, not about anything in specific, just the weight of how long he's been disconnected from this place. His throat tightens. He lets it. No analysis, no story, just sensation. The sway continues. His breath follows it now, slower, deeper, less guarded. And in this moment, something essential becomes clear. His body has been trying to lead all along. The tension, the tightness, the fatigue, they were not problems to solve, they were directions. Slow down, come back, let me help you. Michael feels a subtle trust form inside him. Not confidence, not certainty, trust. Trust that he doesn't need to force regulation. Trust that his body already knows how to find balance when it is allowed to move at its own pace. He realizes something quietly, revolutionary. He doesn't have to manage his overwhelm. He can follow it back to himself. The sway slowly slows on its own. Eventually it stops, not abruptly, naturally. He stands still, and for the first time in a long time, stillness doesn't feel like effort. It feels like arrival. If you're listening and feel an urge to move, to shift your weight, to stretch, to breathe differently, that's not distraction. It's intelligence. Your body is speaking. You don't have to understand it. You just have to let it lead. And this is where regulation becomes lived, not learned.